Welcome back to Erica's bathroom. It's been about 10 or 15 minutes and you can see it gets dried and crusty. And when I stretch the skin, you'll see where the mud is still kind of adhered to the wound, but it's starting to come off. Sometimes, just by wear and tear and moving around and speaking. So you want to take, when it's really inflamed, and what I do want to say about applying the mud, when it's that horrible, painful feeling, that cushion of the mud will immediately bring you relief. Obviously, I'm no doctor, I'm not prescribing, but you will have immediate relief and it will stop from the cycle of the pussing, the oozing, the grossness. It might still ooze through your mud mask. And remember, we're not just rubbing it off. We're patting the washcloth, and I use a clean washcloth every time, just again to be super OCD and safe and not spreading germs. And you just gently hold it there and let everything loosen up. Now, typically, when we are broken out, we do not want to exfoliate over that skin. Having said that, when it gets really crusty and I'm trying to shrink it down and I'm trying to keep the wound pliable so it doesn't crack and bleed, you'll have to check for yourself, use a gentle exfoliant. I'll talk about it in another video. And it has the old label on it, so it's going to say Bloom. But I use an exfoliating charcoal facial scrub, just very little, and I just very lightly graze it just to get the big dogs off. Now you can tell, the big dogs, the big scabs, whatever. You can tell it gets to a point where some of this mud might stay a little packed on there. And if you're at home, I would recommend leaving it on so the mud dries deeper. If you've got to go into work, you don't want to look like a crazy person, then that little bit of exfoliation might help to slough off the deadness, but already it feels more comfortable and it's less swollen and I can move my face without that dried, cracky feeling. Now, sometimes if I'm home for several hours, once the first mud mask dries and crust and it gets a little itchy or it starts flaking off, I'll wipe it off, wash it off as I just did. And then, again, this is what I do. I go into another mask that I haven't talked to you about yet, and I'll talk about it in depth on another video. But it is, and again, it's the old label, but it is the Pore Refining Clay Facial Mask. You can see I'm almost out of it, but I've had this for years, probably 2 or 3 years, because I rotate through my masks. I tightly put the lid on them. They're investments that last me for a long time. And at the end of the day, it's way cheaper than the junk you're buying at the grocery store, but it's all healthy, all pure, no fillers. So let me read a little bit about, this is organic clay, a natural healing remedy, reverses the effects of aging, cellular damage by detoxifying, exfoliating, and tightening pores. It's great for the whole face. I'll show it to you in another video for the whole face. It's especially beneficial if you have acne or to combat acne fighting oils and dirt from the skin, but it's for all skin types. And it smells amazing. It has in it ingredients of bentonite clay, kaolin clay, let me just scroll through aloe, which is very soothing, green tea, which is so healing, jasmine root, jasmine plum fruit, Kirin, red ginseng, reishi mushroom extract, essential oils, several essential oils. I want to say like bergamot, yes, and Brazilian orange, very healing, very good for antiseptic properties, and some other things. Clearly, these bifocal contacts really don't help all that much. But anyway, just to give you the gist, and again, I do the same thing. Now, normally I would do a thin layer of this on the face for a mask, but I don't double dip in my product. I take a clean Q-tip and I start to get the product on my skin and I really pat it on thick. And immediately you're going to get comfort. Now, some people, this second step, if you have very, very sensitive skin, You're only going to do maybe one mask in the morning, one mask in the evening, or dotting it on. I'm calling this a mask, but it's just a spot treatment. But if I'm at home all day and then it's the itching, the pussing, the swelling, the pain, I get another mask on and I let it dry. So I'll let you come back for part 3. Thanks for watching.